My name's Peter Chege from AIB-AXYS Africa. We are located at West Raja, along General Madenge. The building is the promenade, 5th floor, AIB-AXYS Africa. So today we are going to tackle international stock trading, but also see other options in investing in Kenya, so that when you're making your investment decision, you know where to put your money and how you start to gain, and whether you can make money or the risks that are associated. So we'll start with the one you know, that is NSE shares. The reason why I'm going through this so that when you're tackling international stocks, you know what you are getting into. So NSE shares are the shares listed at Nairobi Securities Exchange. When you buy shares at NSE, you become a shareholder of that company. Let's say you buy KPLC shares, you actually become a shareholder and you have rights like any other shareholder. They are regulated by CMA. CDSC is the depository. They are the ones who hold your shares, but designate a broker as the trading and settlement agent. So broker is used for trading and settlement. CDSC, that's where your shares are held for all the brokers. Then CMA are the one who oversight the industry, and NSE are the ones who provide the trading platform. AIB-AXYS, we provide real-time trading on DigiTrader and online portal, including account opening. We also have a referral module where you can refer clients and you start making money, then you can reinvest that money. So now how you gain at NSE, one of them is through dividends. Dividends are company profits that are shared with the shareholders. And you are paid dividends per share. That's how it works. Like for example, let's say you hold 5,000 shares of KCB and they declare a dividend of say 1.5 per share. So you multiply the number of shares you have times the dividend. So in this case, it's 5,000 shares times 1.5, which will come roughly to a gross figure of 7.5. So you only need to less the withholding tax. So that's how dividend works. They are passive income while you still hold your shares. Remember, you have not sold your shares. You still have the shares in your account. The only thing you are receiving is cash, either into your bank or M-Pesa or through check, depending on the mode that you selected when opening account. Then there is capital gains. Capital gains is a profit from share price increase. And you only realize this if you sell your shares. If you don't sell, then you don't realize capital gains because the shares are still there and they are affected by price movement. So you buy shares at a low price, then you sell at a higher price. An example, let's say you have 1,000 shares of Safaricom, which you bought at around 15 bob. So your cost was there at that time, 15,000 plus the revenues and brokerage commission. Then way later down the line, it appreciates in price and you sell, say, at 22. So you gain 22,000. So the difference is around 7,000, but you have to factor out revenues, both on buy and sell side. So your capital gains will be around 7,000, 6,000 if you raise the charges. So the secret here is you buy low and sell high. That's how you make money with shares. There is no interest, but you benefit from company growth. Then there is long-term growth. You build your wealth over time. That's what we advise in AIB. As you accumulate your dividends, remember you are growing your wealth. So when you receive those dividends, reinvest those dividends and grow your shareholdings for long-term wealth. It's ideal for retirement, education funds, and building your wealth. Most people who come to NSE, they have a long-term goal where you buy and don't sell. You keep on diversifying your portfolio. So trainings for NSE shares, we will be commencing every Wednesday. So you'll be on lookout on our various social media accounts. Where now we'll be taking you through everything, including how you trade on DigiTrader, how you make money. And if you want to exit, how to exit. We'll also be having sessions with our research team. We'll be now taking you on detailed analysis of NSE shares. So we go to the next one, is government and corporate boards. So these are fixed income. So you loan your money to either government or corporate that is looking to raise money. Let's say like a government wants to raise like 1 billion. And they float a board, then ask you as the investor to give them that money. So in return, they give you interest, which are also called coupons. And at the end of maturity, you get your principal. That is if you don't sell. So you'll buy your board in primary. Primary is where the board is first listed, which you can do through CSD DO platform that is provided by CBK. When you're opening an account, remember to select a broker, though it's not mandatory. It is you who is investing for the first time. Once you buy that board, you'll be receiving regular income in the form of interest or coupon based on the settings that have been provided. Most of them they pay semi-annually, so every 6 months you receive your interest or coupon. Then if you don't sell and that board matures, you receive the money that you loan the government plus the final interest. However, if you want to exit in between, you can sell it in the secondary market. And that's where a broker like AIB-AXYS comes in. So as the broker, we source a buyer for you at a better rate. So in this case, you'll be selling your bond at a higher price. So you also earn through capital gains. So again, for government and corporate boards, there is the returns on interest and coupons. Then at the end of it, you get your principal back intact. However, you can sell to secondary market at a higher price than what you bought it in the primary. You may also want to enter through secondary market. That is, you buy a board that is already listed. You can always talk to a broker like us. We'll connect you to our boards team. The minimum amount for government and for government boards is 50,000. That's what is set. For shares in NSE, we have two boards. One of them is normal board where you buy in multiples of 100. So the minimum shares you can buy under that board is 100. Now times the price. Like let's say you want to buy KPLC, right now it's around 7 bob times 100. So you only need 700. You factor commission. And the other shares which are below that price, and there are those which are above that price. Then there is odd lots board where you can buy one share to 99. We'll come to that when we are doing NSE share training on Wednesday next week. So for boards, you earn a fixed interest over a period of time up to maturity or until you exit the secondary market. Once you exit, the person who is buying now continues to enjoy the interest you are enjoying for the remaining period. There are low risks compared to stocks because for them the price doesn't fluctuate that. For stocks, they are usually affected by many factors. So these are best for long-term savers. So as I said, at maturity, you get your principal back. So let's say you buy a board of 100,000 Kenya shillings for 5 years. So you run interest for 5 years, paid semi-annually. So every year, half year, you get interest. Then at maturity, that is on 5th year, you'll get back your 100,000 plus the remaining interest for that half part of the year. And if you have any question, remember to ask on the chat. I'll be covering them at the end. I want to rush through some of these products you already know so that we can spend time on international stocks. And as I said, you can also make money through capital gains from secondary market trading. These have to go through the broker. This platform is not available currently on CSD DO system. So if you want to sell your board before maturity, you do it in the secondary market through the broker, and you make profit if market interest rates have dropped. Your boards become more valuable, and there is high demand for fixed income. and the board has favorable terms like high coupon and short maturity that is left. All that information you can get from our board's team. They are ready to assist you. Now, you can reinvest the interest that you get and also the dividends you get in shares to different products. Like you can go to mutual funds, you can save it outside, maybe through savings plans, or we advise you move that money now to international stocks. So important to note, government boards have very low risk compared to corporate boards, which have a slight higher risk. But then for corporate boards, their interests are low. Selling before maturity can result in loss if market prices are down. So you always check the prices. And as the AIB, our board's desk, they are always ready to assist you. So now we go to the next product that is not offered by AIB-AXYS, but I felt it's good we also know, so that you differentiate what you are buying at the international stocks. We have money market funds. Money market funds is a low risk fund that invests in various asset classes. It could be treasury bills, fixed deposits, core deposits. They can also invest in stocks or short-term government and corporate debts. It's managed mostly by fund managers and pulled for many investors. So we put money, like say 20 of us, in money market fund. They invest in different asset classes. Then we'll be paid interest. As we'll be paid interest, then if you want to exit, there is easy access to your cash. Mostly they are offered by fund managers, and some of them they partner with brokers. So you may find a broker offering. Behind it, there is a fund manager, or the broker have a license for fund management. We currently don't have this, but we are working towards giving you an option for these. But we have partners we can recommend for you. It's not ideal for high returns. If you are looking for high returns, only great for saving money while earning better returns than other savings options. So let's say you invest 100,000 and an interest rate is 10% per annum. So you will earn your interest daily, and you can withdraw either at the time period you have agreed with your fund manager, or as and when you want. So the way you gain through from money market funds, one of them is interest, which is credited. Mostly they credit on monthly. There is no stock market volatility because value is stable. There is no trading or timing required because it's not you who is investing. You are just putting money, then they invest. Then there is a compounding growth when you invest monthly interest. So the way it works, once you invest, it earns the interest daily, then that interest is posted at the end of the month. Then they invest that interest back. So you keep on growing your investment. So as I said, this is not currently at AIB-AXYS. So we got the next product is Access Group Funds and Portfolios. This is our parent company in Mauritius. They offer funds. One of them is Axiom Africa Equity Fund. It invests in companies all of Africa. Then they also have portfolios which are professionally managed by investment managers. This could be in equities, bonds, and mixed assets. As I said, it's offered by the company that owns AIB-AXYS. It's called Access Group. We'll be having training for these. Remember to follow our social media accounts, mostly on Telegram and WhatsApp. And it's good for it's great for medium to long-term growth. So I don't want to go into details of the products that we don't offer at AIB. I'm just walking through so that you know in Kenya, the options you have for your savings. The other product is insurance savings plan and pensions. You have had some of the insurance companies coming to sell you education plans and such. They're also savings. So you build your future with protection and growth. They are offered mostly by insurance companies, and pensions they are offered by pension administrators. You enjoy tax relief and also interest. For insurance savings plan, there is education plans. There could also be holiday plans. So you always check with your insurance provider. Then we have retirement plan and schemes. These are pensions. This is where you pay continuously to either a pension plan or a scheme. Then when you leave your current sponsor, that is the employer, that's when you can withdraw part of it. Then the other part you withdraw at retirement. However, you can move that pension to another pension provider, or you convert it to an individual pension plan. Then when you retire, depending on the plan or scheme, you can either withdraw the whole sum amount plus the interest that is accrued annually, then reinvested every year, then continuously until the time you withdraw. At retirement, you can get either full amount plus interest or drawdown plan. So it depends on the scheme you have. Always check with your HR or even your pension administrator. So we go to the other product, which I want to go briefly through, because most of the clients who have called in, they confuse this with what we are offering. I'll share everything. Victor, confirm you can hear me? I can see there is no sound. Maybe you can drop and join back. Maybe the rest you can confirm whether you can hear me. Just type hi. If you can hear me, just type hi. Because now the other products, they match each other and you need to understand how they work. Okay, thank you, Andrew. So we continue. So most of the clients who have called in, they are confusing Forex, CFD, and physical stocks. So I'll go through them so that you understand what you're getting into. So Forex is Forex exchange trading. So you are trading one currency against another, like Euro against USD. So the way it works, you are buying one currency while selling another at the same time. So you buy Euro, but at the same time you're selling USD. So if you think you're like Euro, you go up against dollar, so you buy Euro to USD. However, if you think Euro will fall, then you sell Euro against USD. So you're selling Euro, you buy USD if you think it will fall. So you make profit when your prediction is correct. So if it falls against, then you gain. So what you need to know with Forex, currencies move up and down every second. And that's why you find most people are always glued to the candlestick graph. And the prices will change based on economics news, political events, and supply and demand. So let's take an example like US raises the interest rate. USD may become stronger. So you make money by predicting these movements, and you can do that straight from the graphs that are provided by the Forex broker you are trading with. Most of them, they provide online trading platform. So then how do you make money with Forex? By buying low, then you sell high. That is if the currency strengthens. Or selling high, then you buy low if currency weakens. Then you can also use leverage to amplify small price moves. Then if you are carrying a trade, then you can gain through interest rates. But remember, there are chances of losing money in Forex. Huh? So the way leverage works, it allows you to control large amounts of money with small deposits. Huh? It's called a margin. Huh? So leverage lets you trade. Let's take an example. You want to trade around 100,000 worth of currency. You can trade with only 2,000 margin. Huh? But remember, there are risks you are getting into when trading with leverage. Huh? And in Forex, there are potential of losing more than your deposit. Huh? So that's why they are highly risky. And if you have any question, please put it on the chat. Huh? So the risks in Forex, prices can change very fast. Huh? So if you make wrong prediction on market direction, let's say you thought the graph will go up and it goes down, then you can likely lose. Huh? Again, high leverage, it means high risks. Huh? If you don't use it wisely. Then this is not a quick rich scheme. Huh? Remember, it requires practice, discipline, and a plan. And also you provide time, huh? And also access to systems. Huh? From my experience, I can only advise you to start with a demo account. First learn. Get to know how you gain, how you lose. Then from there, you can go straight to the real trading platform. Huh? As I said, this is provided by online Forex trading brokers. And if you don't want to lose your money, always use something called stop, loss, and take profit when placing your orders, so that you don't extend your losses. And when you make profit, the system automatically takes the profit. So we go to the next product. It's CFDs, contracts for difference. CFDs is a financial contract between you and a broker. You speculate on whether the price of an asset will go up or down. So this you are speculating on price movement of an asset. The profit or loss is based on the difference in price between when you entered and when you exit. Difference from what we are offering, CFDs, you don't own the underlying asset. You're only trading on price movement. So it's offered, you have access to many assets. One of them could be Forex, indexes, commodities, stocks, and cryptocurrencies under one account. So the way you gain or you make money is you buy, if you think the price will go up, you go wrong. So you buy at a low price, then you exit when you decide. Or you sell if you think the price will go down, so you go short. So you sell at a high price, then you buy back at a lower price. So if price moves in your favor, then you take profit. However, if the price moves against you, you make losses. So I don't want to go into details of this because we are currently not offering on our side. But most online brokers, they offer these. And again, as I said, same to Forex, always start with a demo account to minimize the risk. Because if you're doing long-term trades, there is overnight fees to pay. If you over-average, then there is a risk of losing more money than your deposit. And if you have seen most of online brokers, when they are advertising CFDs, they always caution you that the risks outweighs. And most of accounts, I think 75%, usually lose money. So that's why as AIB, we went for the third option, which is international stock trading, which is the physical shares which you are buying from listed international exchanges. The same thing we do with NSE is the same thing you are doing here, only that now you are buying from exchanges outside Kenya. So it's a new product offering by AIB, and you are buying real shares of Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Nvidia, ETFs, that is exchange traded funds, and many more. And we have many markets. You have access to New York Exchange, NASDAQ, among others. For those who have traded, they have seen what you stand to gain. Here you have actual ownership of the shares, where you are entitled to dividend and capital gains similar to NSE. Any price movement, you can exit and make money. Remember, for capital gains, you only make money when you do the actual sale, right? If you don't sell, remember your stocks are still there. They will be affected by the next day's price move. But again, never panic. Like if you look before US elections, most of the markets went down. When we introduced this product, I think that's when Trump made some changes and price started moving up. For those who have bought NVIDIA, I've seen so many people who have made some good money. I can't compare that with NSE, but mostly it's because it is trading in USD. Yeah? So you diversify beyond Kenya. So you're investing in different companies from different economies and industries. This reduces risks of being only tied to our economy, Kenya. So it helps you spread risks and improve your portfolio stability. So you have access to global brands like Apple, Microsoft, Tesla, Amazon, NVIDIA, there are Coca-Cola. Those are big companies, Meta, name them, Google, which are not available in NSE. So if you go to our DJ Trader, you'll not find these products. We are working with our developers to provide that. I will come to the way you trade. So the next slide, now you want to invest in international stocks. What do you need? You don't need to go through the hassle of opening an account and waiting. You just open the normal way you open an account with the AIB-AXYS. You can go to our DJ Trader or app, open accounts, but remember to update that account. But by filling in our account opening form and the W8BN form. Then you attach the requirements for your KYC. On our account opening form at the end, they are listed. They are not that many. Once your account is updated, it's now ready to start trading in international market. So the next thing you do is to just deposit in our designated bank account. It's there on our website under trading, then global stocks. I'll share that link once I'm done when we are going through Q&A. After that, then you send in orders. We'll place those on your behalf because the markets open after we close. Most of them, they usually open at 4:30. But orders, we place them during the day as they come in. And I will come to the way you select the different types of orders you can send to us. Then we have reports, which you can use to monitor gains and dividends. So there are different options for your order prices. As we are used to NSE, we have market orders and limit orders. Sorry for that. So market orders is where you set an order without a price. You are saying, go to the market and pick me at the current prevailing price, just the same way you do at NSE. So the order will execute immediately as long as there is supply or demand. So this guarantees you fast execution, and you on your side you don't have price control. That's the only downside of market orders, both at NSE and international markets. You don't have control of the price because you have said just pick any price. However, there is a limit order which you quote a price. You say buy me Tesla shares, let's say at $120. So you have quoted that price. That's what is called a limit order. So you are either selling or buying at a specific price, and it will only execute if that price, if the price hits your target, just as it is NSE. That order will keep on being refreshed, depending on the number of days you give. You can give a day order or GTD, good till date. You say, place my order until this date. So it will be there until the price reaches that point. For limit orders with GTD, we always advise you place when you know the market. If you're buying, if the market is going down. So you can put a lower price, then you give it a validity date. So it will keep on being refreshed. When the price comes to that, to your price, it will execute. If it is a sell and you want to sell at a high price than the current market price, and from the graph, that is either candlestick or any graph you're using, you have noticed an upward trade. You can put a higher price, but give it a GTD, good till date. When price comes to that, when price comes to your target, then it will execute. So that's the purpose of limit orders. I've seen most people place orders with NSE, and you're matching current price, but you want to put a price. If you want an immediate execution, just use market order. It will execute immediately. But remember, you have no price control. However, if you're cautious about the price and you want either a lower price than the current price, you can always use limit order. And on top of it, add something called GTD, good till date. And you specify a date. So in the international market, it's the same thing. We have that. In addition to that, we have stop orders, stop loss. Remember, as I said, CFD and Forex, you can lose money easily. But you can stop that using stop order. The same in international market. But remember, for physical stocks, unless you sell or the stock is delisted, you can never lose. So when you're putting stop loss order, unless you're a speculator is somebody who buys shares thinking I'll sell tomorrow or at a certain price. You're not a long-term investor. You're not buying to leave your stocks there. If you want to withdraw your money earlier, you can use a stop loss order where you place, when you're placing your order, you specify the price. Your stocks can sell if the price comes to that target. It is used to limit losses, but mostly by speculators. Those people who invest for short term. But in physical stocks, never panic. Then there is a stop limit order. You trigger a limit order, that is a specific price. When the stock price reaches your target, you have a price control, but you don't have a guaranteed execution, because it also depends with the availability of shares, either demand and supply. So you can either take profit or take loss, but for physical stocks, you don't need to worry, because the shares are there. Unless the company delists from the exchanges it's trading, you can never lose your money. It's the same thing at NSE. Even if a counter goes down, look at KPLC. One time it was up, it went down to trading below 2 bob. For those people who panicked, they executed their trade. So in this case, somebody who may have bought, let's say, when it went up at 5 bob, and maybe they panic, they can put a stop loss. Maybe they say, when the price comes down again to around 3 bob, execute. That's what I mean with the stop loss. And for take profit is where you say, like when it was trading at 1 bob, you can place your order to buy at 1 bob, but say when the counter reaches around 3 bob, auto sell my shares, I take that profit. But then look at KPLC, the way it has traded over time. Below 2 bob, right now it's trading above 7. So unless you panic, you start to gain money in NSE. And remember, your shares, they are there for a lifetime. Even in international stocks, as long as AIB is in partnership with the company we are working with, your shares are guaranteed. So don't panic, let your shares be there, let them keep accumulating profits. Remember, they are dividends. Then when you want to take your capital gains, then you can sell at that point and exit. And remember, when you're buying, you're becoming a shareholder. When you sell, you stop becoming a shareholder. So when you sell, even dividends, you stop getting them. And remember, these shares, For NSE, you can always pass over to your beneficiaries through the court succession process. Same thing as international stocks. We can always transfer them to your beneficiaries. So, what is the effect of the different types of orders on execution? Market orders, they execute very fast, but risky due to volatility. Remember, you don't have control of the price. At the point you are executing that trade, the price may have moved up significantly. So it is executed that price. What if it goes back down and stagnates? You are stuck with your stock. But again, you have limits. You can control your price, but be guaranteed it may not be filled. There are those people who always ask, why is my order pending? Always check the price and the current trading price. You can always get that for NSE on the market depth. For international stocks, when market opens, you can always get them either for their platforms online, like Yahoo Finance. You can always get the prices from there. But we are working hard to bring that into our DigiTrader. So market timelines, as I said, most of the markets open after we have closed from around 4:30, but we take the order during the day and queue them. When the market opens, we just submit them and they start getting the executions. Currently, we are offering full shares. That is, you can buy from 1 share upward. For fractional shares, it's coming soon on DigiTrader and Portal, where now you'll be able now to buy on your own shares. For stocks in US, let's say it's trading at $120. So if you have to convert that, it's close to around 14,000. That's per share. What if you want to buy and you have 5,000 Kenya shillings? So these were fractional shares coming. You can buy a share of Apple at a lower price. So that's coming on DigiTrader. When it is integrated, then we'll do full training as we usually do for NSE. You have seen, for those who have come in, we train you on how to actually execute a trade, like what we'll do on next Wednesday. Now selecting those market order and limit. So we'll be able to show you that on DigiTrader and Portal for both fractional shares and physical shares. So the benefits you start to gain, one of them is global diversification. So you reduce the reliance on Kenyan economy. So you're not tied to one country's economy. Like if Kenya is affected by the political environment, you still have an international market to concentrate on and continue enjoying gains. It helps you spread risk and improve portfolio stability. Number 2 is access to global giants. You are trading with the likes of Apple, Meta, which owns Facebook and WhatsApp, and Threads. You have Amazon, you have Google, you have Tesla. Imagine you are in Matatu and you're telling people you own shares in Apple, Facebook, through Meta, Google. So you're investing with global giants, which may not be available at NSE. Then high growth opportunities, exposure to fast growing economies. So here you gain from trades in AI, artificial intelligence. There are companies that offer that, renewable energy, technology, and other sectors. So it's potential for strong capital gains. Then you have high liquidity. So there is fast execution, tight spreads on major global exchanges. Then you have dividend income in strong currencies. So you earn your dividend in USD, which is posted on your account. Like for those who have already invested between the time we launched to now, I believe there could be some dividends that have come in. I'll check and share that report. Then if you want to reinvest your dividend, you can always reinvest it. However, as any other market, there are risks. One of them is currency risk. This comes in when you are withdrawing your money. Let's say you have some shares in Apple. In international market right now, they will be listed in USD. When you withdraw, when you sell in USD. So in your international trading account, your cash is still in USD. When you withdraw, we move that money to our USD account. Now, depending on your request, if you prefer to be paid through Kenya shillings, yes, it will be affected by the conversion. Huh? However, you can always request AIB to pay directly to your USD account. So from USD to your USD, then you can convert, currency improves. Huh? So that is one trick. Huh? So we are offering all options to you to make sure your investment makes value for you. So when you sell, it is in USD. When you withdraw, we receive it in USD. If you want us to pay you in USD, we will pay you in USD. If you want us to pay you in Kenya shillings, we will pay you. But remember, conversion rate. Huh? Always check the dollar rate at the date you are withdrawing. If you suspect the dollar will go up, always request to be paid with USD. Let it remain in your USD account. Huh? We are not paying USD to Kenya shillings. If it is that, it's the same thing as us converting. And on our side, we will get a higher rate for you. Here we are paying USD to your USD account. So you receive as USD, then you can convert into your Kenya shillings account. From where you can get either a better rate from your bank, or you can hold them in USD and wait for the market FX to go up, then you can convert at a higher rate. Huh? However, we can convert on our side and get a better rate from our bank, but it won't go with a high margin. Then we can pay you in Kenya shillings. Huh? Then the other risk time zones. Huh? This market operates after 4:30. However, when we come to DigiTrader and online portal, you have that flexibility to trade up to whenever those markets close. Huh? Remember, NSE opens from 9 to 3 p.m. Huh? So you have 1 hour, 30 minutes to move now from our local market and now start trading on international market from 4:30 all the way to when the market closes. It's like you have an extended period of time to trade, but that will come on DigiTrader and portal. Then there is global market volatility. You may be affected by global news, politics, and interest rates. But again, as we said, you are not losing your entire investment. Never panic. Your share quantity doesn't change. It's only the valuation that change. And when the prices improve, again, the valuation improves. The number of shares doesn't change. So never panic, never sell when the market goes down. It's always good to hold your stocks. And with that, I would like to go to Q&A and take the questions you have. So let me start from the top. I'll go quickly. And please put on the chat. Please put all the questions on the chat so that at least we have some control. So let me pick the first. Members on the waiting room. Don't see anyone on the waiting room, but thank you for that. Actually didn't notice that. So I'm going to Q&A. If you have any question, put it. You can put on the chat first. There will also come to Q&A. There are those who have put on Q&A. How are dividends paid? Bank account, broker, or direct to the app? Now let's start with NSE. NSE, it is paid directly to you, to the bank or the M-Pesa. For international stocks, it is credited net of all taxes into your international trading account. Then you request us to withdraw for you. So we withdraw and credit it in your AIB and normal trading account. You can either reinvest that at NSE or withdraw to yourself. You pay the normal way we pay you. And it is you to request us whether you want us to pay through Kenya shillings or through the bank. So the dividend, again, it's posted on your international trading account we withdraw to our internal account, then from there you can request to be paid. It's not paid directly to you. What is off-market order? Off-market in the order status. This, I think, it is on the NSE shares. Off-market means that order have not been submitted to NSE. You have placed it outside the NSE normal trading hours. That is 3 p.m. the following working day, 9 a.m. Or there's a challenge in the system. We have not been able to submit those orders if it is when the market is open. But we usually submit those orders very early in the morning for our clients who have placed outside NSE trading times. But if you place the order between 9 and 3 p.m., you are submitting it directly to NSE. It will have either pending status or executed status. The other question is, do you qualify to get dividends even if you have 10 or 100 shares of a company? Even with 1 share, you qualify. As I said, dividend is paid your 1 share times the value they are giving. If they're saying for every 1 share you're getting, say, $10, that's what will be paid. 1 times $10. Then you rest withholding tax. Is there access to Chinese security exchange? Yes, we have several exchanges. If you'd like to get the list, you can always get in touch with us. Is it possible for us to access international stock trading through the app in future? Yes, actually before the end of this year. We plan to bring it earlier. Our developer is working on that. Do you have automation of dividend reinvestment for both ROCO and NSE, ROCO stocks on NSE and international markets? For NSE, no, because the dividend is sent directly to you. You have to send it back. For international stock, the dividend is posted on your account. If you want to reinvest, you can always ask us to reinvest. Could you share insights on derivatives listed at NSE? As the AIB-AXYS, we stopped offering the derivatives for now. But once we resume, we should be able to take you through that. When is the expected timeline for DigiTrader and Portal? Our developer is working on that. Hopefully we can do before the end of August, because it's a major change in the platform. But for now, you can always submit orders through us. Can you top up your investment in government boards? Yes, you can always invest. Top up, because it is your money. Let's say you have invested 50,000 for a start, and you want to add 100,000. You can always add and buy an additional board. If you want to buy the same board, or you can buy a different board. The same as shares and also in the international stocks. When you buy your first share, let's say 100 shares of NSE, you can continually increase, add more. For those who have been in this industry, they know it. You can. It's all about the cash you have. Even international stocks, you can start with 1 share of Apple. Then maybe tomorrow you say, I need additional shares, like 10 shares. Then in the evening, before you leave the office, you say, also add me another 100 shares. We'll do that for you. You're not limited to just buying one, then you are locked. You can add. Remember, it is, as I said, these are long-term investment options, where you are buying and continually build your portfolio. Then you can sell when you need your money, or pass that investment to your beneficiary. And as an advice, when you're investing, always appoint beneficiaries. And where possible, give the sharing ratio. What I mean is, appoint your kids, your wife, and all other beneficiaries, then you give them the ratio they'll be sharing. If it is the first kid, 10%, always put that. To avoid future issues when they are sharing the inheritance. You can find that mostly on pension, some of the pension providers. At NSE, unfortunately, it's not there, but you can always put it when they are asking you for beneficiary details on the account opening form. Always include the beneficiaries. Those for us, we rely mostly on quote pronunciation and the succession process. What about taxes? Currently, there is no capital gains. You already know that in Kenya. We are dealing with a local partner, so we are tied with our local tax regulations. Only on dividends. And for international stocks, it is deducted at the source. That is by the company that is sending you. For NSE, it is deducted at the source by the registrar. You get the net. So you only get the net. Hope that is clear, Marara. So there is no capital gains. The only thing you are subjected to is dividend, the withholding tax for dividend, both international and NSE, and that is already deducted at the source. You don't need to worry that. You get net of taxes. Exchange rate, what is the cost of buying international shares? We are charging 0.8% commission. We are not adding spreads. For those who have dealt with international brokers, they tell you zero commission, but what you don't realize, the price you're executing it is usually higher than what the shares actually bought at the market. There is a spread they put in, which is more expensive than the commission. We decided to declare our stand. We are charging you 0.8. So you already know what you're being charged. There is no additional cost. The price you're getting it is the actual price from the market. We are not adding any spread. Spread means, let's say shares are trading at $128.30. We will add a markup, let's say, of 0.8 on your cost. So you will be buying it 129.10. But actually in the market, AIB executed it 128.30. So you are losing this 0.8 without knowing, thinking you're not paying any cost. Then there are also hidden charges, overnight fees. We don't have that. It is 0.8 standard. Then there is a custody fee of 0.2%, sorry, on your asset under management, the total holdings. That is charged by the custodian. That applies in international markets. In NSE, there is no custody fee. Do you offer international ETFs? Yes, they are there. We are offering both shares and ETFs, exchange traded funds. So Miriam, that is there. How will you fix the up down times? This is an issue we have had with NSE, it is with the server that we are hosted. We are working with the provider to make sure this doesn't happen going forward. And I'm always available. I'll leave my number in case, let me just put it. That's my WhatsApp number. In case there is any issue, don't be stuck there struggling. Shoot me a message and I'll sort you immediately. Any issue you have with the AIB, not just on the platform. Can you enlighten us on iRights? Why can't we access on DigiTrader or online trading portal? I think most of these, they are there. Marara, you can reach out on the number I've shared. I will check for you the codes. Can you top up? I think, Miriam, you didn't understand. You can always buy additional boards. It's not limited. I already have a CDS account for shares with AIB as my broker. Do I need another account for treasury boards and bills? Or can I use the same account? For treasury boards and bills, you open with CBK. It's a different account, but internally we map to the same broker account. So CDS account and CBK CDS account are different, but transactions will be posted on the same broker account. The statement you get from the broker will have all the transactions in one statement, but trading on different products. And you can open that account for treasury boards and bills through CSD Duo platform, either the app or portal. Then appoint AIB as the broker. Then if you want to trade on secondary markets, remember, talk to us. We'll connect you to our board dealing desk. How can you set dividend reinvestment instead of them being paid in your account, either or in global? This one we are working with a regulator because we have to change regulations. They say it has to be paid to the actual holder. If it is paid to AIB, it means it's like AIB who owns shares on your behalf, yet you're not running under a nominee account. So once the regulations are changed, then you should be able to reinvest your dividend. That is, the dividend will be sent to AIB, we credit your account. It is you to decide whether to withdraw or buy more shares. For international market, remember it's not paid to you, it is still in your account. You can always request us to reinvest. Remember, as a broker, we don't have discretionary mandate to buy on your behalf without your order. You need to give us that order. Can we have access to ETFs and index funds? They are there. Please explain how you get dividend to know if you own shares, which method, and how do they know your account to receive funds. So I will start with the accounts to receive funds. When you're opening accounts with us, we always request you for dividend disposal. That is the account we pay both dividends and when you sell shares. So we set that account to CDSE, they share it with the registrar for whichever counter you have bought. Then the registrar will use that account to channel either your account or M-Pesa, or if you have selected to be paid via check. For international stocks, it is straight to your account. We credit your internal broker account, then it is you to request to be paid out. Again, same mode, bank, M-Pesa. We highly discourage checks. So bank there is either RTGS or EFT. For dividends, for NSE, registrar will pay as EFTs. That is a 2-day payment. For us, it is you who dictates. Do you want your payment the same day, RTGS or M-Pesa? If it is EFT, the following day. Do you charge fees for investors who buy and hold for long term? We only have a small fee of annual maintenance fee, that is 200. If you open through DigiTrader, I'm giving you a secret. Open your account through the portal or our app. You only be charged 200. If you fill in the forms, it's 1,000. And there is a reason. If you may want to know more details, you can call us. Our customer service will be able to explain that to you. What is your opinion on crypto trading? We currently don't have these, and I wouldn't be in a position right now to explain this to you. But if you're interested in crypto trading, you can always get opinion from the brokers who offer, because they know the risks that are associated with crypto trading. What if you opened a CDS account a long time ago, but you can't remember it? Can you just open another one? No, your CDS account is linked to your ID number. You can't open different accounts with the same ID number. What you need to do, just send us email. Let me give you email address. Just send email to feedback at AIB-AXYS-Africa.com. Quote your ID number. Our customer service will get back to you. Or you can call us on 0711 047 123 121 112 132 133. On any of those numbers. I've had some complaints when you call the 000. It's usually either engaged or there's it's not picked. It's because our customer service have different lines. Maybe they are processing other clients. You can use any of those numbers. Dividends, are they automatically paid or you have to do a follow-up? For NSE shares, that is automatically paid to you by the registrar. For international stocks, you just request us to pay you. For international stocks, do you charge fees monthly? No, we are using the same account, internal account. The same account you open, the one we are charging 200. There is no other additional account. It's the one that caters for all our products. So one internal account caters for CDLC shares, government boards, corporate boards. It's the one which you cater for if you go for AXYS funds, the Axiom Africa Fund. It's the same one that we cater for international stocks and fractional shares when we go that route and any other product that is offered by AIB. We don't have different accounts. It's the same account. Explain fee between DigiTrader and manual account opening. If you open account digitally, that is using our DigiTrader or online portal, we charge annual maintenance of 200 shillings, prorated monthly. So let's say you open account in January, you pay 200 up to December. What if you open account in November? You only pay annual maintenance fee for December. That's what I mean prorated. If you open, however, by filling our manual forms, a new account, not updating, I mean you're opening new account. You have filled the form, you have signed, you're opening, you set the forms, you open a new account, that one we charge 1,000. Again, prorated. And I mean opening new account, because the question would come in, what if I open a DigiTrader and I'm required to invest in international stocks? I've been told to fill in form, nothing changes. You are still a DigiTrader account, you only pay 200. It's only a secret I'm giving you. You can give it to your friend, but remember when giving to your friend, share your referral link. It's more money in. Can one buy Kenya ETFs on your platform? I may need to check that. You can reach out to me on that email address, feedback. I'm usually there. I'll confirm to you the codes if there is any that is available. But we deal with the shares that trade on NSE platform. So it should be there. Can one CDS account have different stockbrokers? Yes. What happens at CDSC, you have one CDSC number, let's say 1234. This account is tagged to the brokers you have opened with. So what happens, if you open an account with the AIB today, you'll be tagged under our broker code with your CDSC number. If you go to, say, for argument's sake, M-Pesa broker, I don't want to give the other names. You know, I'll be doing marketing for the other brokers. Let's say M-Pesa broker, they open a CDSC account with the same ID. They won't be allowed to pull the same CDSC number you have with the AIB, but it will be tagged to the M-Pesa agent. Now, what happens when you buy shares with the AIB? If you go to the M-Pesa agent, because in CDSC they are tagged with AIB. The same thing, if you go to the M-Pesa agent, you won't be able to see the shares you have bought with the AIB. However, if you go to CDSC directly with your CDSC number, they'll give you all the shares you have and which broker have it. So if you bought shares out there and you don't know your broker, just go to CDSC. Just sign up on their app, on their portal. You will see everything on the statement. Which broker, which shares, and the number of shares. So I hope I've answered your question. One ID number, one CDSC number, tagged to multiple brokers. Thanks for answering the questions on the chat, but there are other types. I'll go to Q&A shortly. Are the trading fees different for DigiTrader and manual? CDS, yes. For DigiTrader, it's fixed 1.3. It's throw rate. For manual, you are charged the normal rate of around 1.6. So we have given you a 0.3. It makes a very big difference. So we always advise go the DigiTrader route. You'll enjoy 1.3% commission. The other rates don't change. Will the international stocks show on account, or will a contract not be provided? It is different. We are integrating with our back office to make sure you can view it now together with other stocks. But for international stocks, we are sending you different reports. We are actually evaluating the reports that are there so that we don't give you so many reports, they confuse you. So there is a report to show you daily movement of shares and whether you're making profit. There is a report to show you your dividends, if there is any commission charged, if there is any dividend that's coming in. So all those will be shared to your email. So can I with multiple brokers at a time. Yes, you can buy with multiple brokers at a time, but for NSE shares, remember international stocks is with the AIB. For NSE shares, you can buy today. Let's say you say I buy 100 with AIB, 100 shares with M-Pesa agent, the other one with let's say another agent, we can call him cash agent, like that, you can. But remember, each broker will send you a different statement and charges are different. Charges are different, but valuation and pricing is the same because you're getting from NSE. And every broker is mandated by NSE to share with you the charges they levy on you. Ours, they are there on the website, and you can always get them on the contract note. I'll come to the other question. Let me first pick the one for Q&A. When buying shares, how can one know if a share is overstated or undervalued? This will require some research. You can always get in touch with our research team. They usually do valuation of stocks. And there's a report they usually share on social media, WhatsApp, Telegram, and also on our website and other social media accounts. Please subscribe, especially on Telegram and WhatsApp. They will tell you everything, if it is Safaricom, whether it's undervalued or overvalued, depending on their analysis. They do a detailed analysis. And we'll be having webinars with them, so always be on the lookout. At this point, they'll be able now to explain how they do it, because it requires a lot of analysis. The other question is, where is the AIB offices? As I said, Westlands, you come all the way with the Ring Road. You pass Osha, you come all the way to the roundabout for General Mazenge and Ring Road. You turn to your left, like you're going to Kwasa House. Just after Kwasa, you have the promenade. Again, the promenade. You can actually see it when you're coming from Westlands. We are actually behind Westgate, but on General Mazenge. The promenade, 5th floor. We are regulated by CMA, fully regulated by CMA. Again, also fully regulated by NSE for some products. Also regulated by CBK because of our government boards. So we are fully regulated, fully licensed. If you want to see our license, just pop in the office and demand for it. You'll be given. What happens if AXYS as a company collapses, goes down? Don't be worried. Actually, you should not be worried. Your shares are not held by any broker. They are held by CDSC. But CDSC, they appoint a broker. So what happens if a broker goes down? You are only requested as a client to move your shares from that broker to another. And in CDSC, they only remove the AIB and replace with a new broker. And you continue trading as if nothing happened. Your value of shares doesn't change because they will still be tied to the current prices. Your number of shares doesn't change because we are only removing AIB. It's tagged to your account and replacing with a new broker. Is the AIB-AXYS company insured to protect shares in case problem with? Again, don't be worried. Fully regulated by CMA. And as I said, we are part of a big company in Mauritius, AXYS Group. So you don't need to be worried about your shares. Fully regulated, your shares doesn't sit with the AIB. It's only your cash. And when you buy shares, we take that cash and submit it to CDSC. They pay the person who sold to you. So AIB doesn't have anything that remains to you. So that's why we advise as much as you can, never retain any cash with a broker. It doesn't help you buy something. Let the shares be there. There with CDSC, nothing will happen. Same with the international stocks. It was approved by the regulator. For ETFs, I think that I stated, I believe it is there. If they're actually trading at NSE, they should be on the DigiTrader. Maybe it is the naming or the code. You can get in touch with me. I've left my number on the chat. Index funds and how they work. I think, Kenyanjui, in the interest of time, this I can tackle next Friday or Wednesday. If you can join for NSE, I can tackle this for you in details so that you understand. Can one transfer international stocks bought on another platform to AIB without necessarily selling? This is not possible. Remember, for international stocks, the custodians are different. It's not like in Kenya where a custodian is one. Custodian of shares or the depository is CDSC. In international markets, you have different custodians. And you cannot move shares from one custodian to another. Remember, like Tesla would be cross-listed in different exchanges, and maybe even they have different custodians. So it's not possible. You can only sell, withdraw, then invest through AIB. Share certificates in AXYS name or in my name. There are no certificates here. Even at NSE, there are no certificates. Certificates were done away with. All shares are in electronic format. We don't have certificates. So the shares will be in your name. Can you reinvest interest from board into same board? It's just depositing back money. Request our team to buy. I hope I've answered your question. Reinvesting dividend, reinvesting interest, reinvesting capital gains. When you sell shares at a high price, you can reinvest back. The word reinvest, you can in any product with the AIB. What you only need is to issue instructions. Remember, board interest is paid directly to you. NSC dividend are paid directly to you. So to reinvest, you need to deposit back to your account and issue new instructions. For shares at NSE, you only need to log into the trader or portal, initiate a trade. For boards, you only need to talk to our team. They look you for a seller. Remember, in secondary markets, it's not like NSE where you have supply and demand listed on the board where you can see. For government boards, our dealers have to look for a bidding seller at your price. If they get somebody now who matches or whom you agree on the rates and other conditions that are tied to the board, then you'll be able now to buy from them. So that's why you need to talk to our boards team. That's why you find most of our government boards in Kenya don't trade on a platform online, because getting that supply or demand is not that easy. It's not like shares. So we go back to let's go back to Q&A. I'm go back to chat to handle the questions. There's somebody who have asked for my WhatsApp number. I've shared my WhatsApp number, but if it's WhatsApp group, it's there on our website. Just go to research. You should be able to join our WhatsApp group. The other question on chat, part of the part for capital gains is not clear. Please repeat. There is no capital gains, Jerry. You're aware our government didn't pass that law. So I think it is on hold. So there is no capital gains tax. And again, as I said, for international markets, you are tied to our local partner, is the one handling everything. So you should not be worried about tax. You be worried about how you invest and make it. Don't be worried about tax. If anything changes on tax, as the broker through our umbrella party, that is CASIB, will give our position. They fought for it and eventually they won. So if it comes back again, CASIB will take over. If they are able to convince government, then will not be tied to that. The only tax is withholding tax on dividend, which I said is deducted at the source. The person who is paying it to you, they deduct and pay you the net. There's another question, bought DTB at current market price, not yet executed. Why? Current price, what I mean is, I wish I could share the screen. It's because today is international stock trading. What I mean is, if you go to market depth, there is the side for bids and ask. If you're buying, remember you're on the bid side. You're bidding, you're on demand side. If you're selling, you're on the ask side. It's like you're asking people to buy. Let me break those down into layman's language. Bid, it's like the way I can bid for something. I want to buy something. I'm asking you to pay a certain figure, I give you my share. So that it's the same terminology. So if you are buying, your current price is the top side of ask side, the top price. If you quote that price, you get execution. So I hope maybe that's what you mean with the current market price. However, if you put the top price on the bid side, remember there are people who are putting orders ahead of you. As you go next week, NSE is first in, first out. The same way we do with Matatus when you do. The first person enters all the way. If it fills, it is. Then the next one, and there are different prices. When the first pair bud is done, now we roll up fair maybe by 10. Now people start, it's the same thing. That market depth works. You start the prices at the top. When they are filled, you go to the next one. So if you pick the bid side, you'll still be killed. If you want to get execution, amend it to the ask side, the top price. And remember, check the number of shares against the supply. If they are less, you will get. If they are more than the supply, you only get what is on the ask side, then the rest will be queued as the new bid. You'll go to through that next week because it is a whole new topic. Thank you, Kanyari, for that compliment. And also Dominic, AIB Digitrader have been experiencing some system downtime. Actually, I'm part of the team. I'm head of product development and innovations. I've noted that, and it is from our provider, and we apologize for that. But I'm always on tools when there is such issues. I've left my number there. Always reach out if you have any issue. Even if it is weekend or night, when I have my time, I'll sort you out. When I get access to the system, even if it's night, I woke up at night, I'll sort you out. For me, it's all about you investing. How long does those CSD account creation take? Once you complete, it's a 2-minute thing. You will wait for CBK to approve your account. And always check your SMS and email for any communication from them. That is beyond AIB. However, if you want a quick application, just go straight to CBK. What do we expect when the direct market access DMA are implemented that are being proposed by NSE? Okay, these are politics in the market, and you don't need to be roped into those politics. There is no DMA here. If you only know who is pushing for it, you do not even concentrate on that. It will not change anything. With the Digitrader, you have direct access to the market between 9 and 3. Orders that you put in between 9 and 3, they go straight to the market. There is no intervention of the broker. Only orders that you put from 3 p.m. to the next working day at 9, they are pushed very early in the morning, and you still have access to them to the Digitrader, and you can amend or cancel. The new proposal is to do away with the broker. I think that's what you're talking about. But then, what does the regulation say, CMA regulations? It has to go through Parliament. So it's not something easy. As we think that we will close the broker, it has to change the regulations, change the CDS system, change the NSE system. And with that change, even the settlement system, I don't think there is money to do that. Again, take it to the Parliament. You know, in the Parliament, where people have interest in brokerage. So it's nothing to worry about. Even we are not worried about. Don't be worried. If you only know who is pushing for it, then you'll not even be worried about. And it changes nothing. And NSE, I can guarantee you, they cannot be able to handle the market. You know, you see the numbers, 1 billion turnover. But those 1 billion turnovers, they are done by more than 1 million clients. Would NSE have that capacity to handle all those clients? Remember, they are also custodians, they are fund managers. When you say brokers to be done away with, will they be given a license to trade directly? So don't be worried about the noise that is there. Only be worried by the noise that comes from CMA. Ignore the others. Any noise coming from CMA, that will affect you. Any other noise, just keep off. It is unnecessary. It will waste your time. And at the end of it, the market is moving. Huh? So don't be worried about those. Always, actually, I would advise you, if you're on social media, follow CMA handle. Make sure you follow them. Anything they say is a final. They are the ones who control capital markets. Huh? And we as AIB, we don't post anything that is not approved by them. So a trade buys on ask price and sell on bid. Oh, thank you, Ronnie, for that clarification. What does it mean when you see a negative figure in the used stroke broked quantity? That means there is an order that is not executed. When you place an order, as I was explaining now what Ronnie has clarified here, if your order have not executed, you broke your shares so that you can't use it. You can't sell more shares than what you have. Huh? Remember, you can only sell what you have. So if you put 2,000, and that's what you had in your account to sell, we have to block these 2,000. You don't come and sell another 2,000 because you'll be selling 4,000, but in CDSC you have 2,000. So on your side, if that order has not executed, it will be negative to show you can't sell those shares. The same thing with money. When you buy shares, we block the money that is to be used to pay the other party. We don't debit on your statement. If you go to your statement, the actual balance is there. If you go to further analysis screen, you see the available, the ledger balance. It is the balance you have. But if you check, there is a pending order or pending payment. This means there is a payment which has not been paid or an order that has not executed and we have not debited money in your account. We have to block that money so that you don't use it either to buy more shares. Remember, you have to set, if you use that money, where will AIB get money to pay? Remember, you can request to be paid the same money you have put the order for. So we block it so that you don't use it for other purposes, because we have already said it's for buying those shares. And we don't debit. As long as that order is there, it will be broken, you see, negative. If you want to release that money, you either have two options. Cancel the order, it will release the funds. Or amend the price to meet the current ask price, execute trade, get debited. It will remove that negative. But remember, your ledger balance goes down. For the shares, you either cancel the order to release the shares, or you made the price downward to meet the bid side, get execution, and get your money posted in your trading account, which you can withdraw to M-Pesa or bank. I will go through this in details next week, Wednesday, because that's when I'll be handling NSE shares. So it will be detailed. Anything you want to know on NSE, come that time. Then on Friday next week, again, we go back now to international stocks. Now going now into details. Remember last week, we went on the basics of account opening and funding, and what we were introducing. Today, I went through all the investment products you have available in Kenya, most of them. We started with just a recap, NSE shares. We had government bonds, corporate bonds. I explained everything. We have money market funds, I explained, but next week now I'll be going into details. If you want specific products to be covered next week, just drop me a message on the chat. We went through our Access group funds and portfolio. We also went through insurance savings plans and pension. Pension, what I didn't cover is NSSF. I didn't find it necessary to go through NSSF, but it works the same way as a pension. You are contributing to a savings plan, which earns you interest. Then at the end of your retirement, you can go withdraw. Or when you move from your current, they call it sponsor, that is your current employer, you can get a portion of it, plus the interest. Then the other portion, when you reach retirement age, that's when you're paid. It's good. You grow your investment. I wish I could show you my pension. You'd appreciate how it grows. And I think I usually contribute around 3,000, and it has grown way beyond a million. Just to motivate you, a small contribution, even shares. There are people who do it monthly, 3,000. Then dividend, they invest. You'll be shocked how much you can do. Then there is Forex, I explained. And the reason why now I went into details of Forex, is to make sure you differentiate between Forex and physical stocks. Then we went through CFD. Again, this is not direct ownership of assets. You are only speculating on price movement. And I gave you everything. And I told you these two AIB we are not currently offering. We wanted to introduce, but we realized it's us who will be taking the responsibility of your losses. Rather than providing you with a platform the same way online brokers do, they provide you with a platform, the risk is on your side. So once we identify the risk and how they can be minimized, we'll be integrating later, but not now. These are risky products. We don't want to expose you to that. And that's why now we came to physical stocks. Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? I'm looking. I think on the investor, I think that Q&A, there is nothing. Let me go back to chat. Can I have recording? Brenda will be sharing. We'll actually upload on one of our YouTube accounts. Then I'll share the link. Hopefully over the weekend, because I have to edit. Once I finish editing, to remove now the details, because you see on the Teams, it usually shows the people who are in the chat. I need to remove that, then I will upload and share that link. So be on standby. I will share it back on this chat so you can always get. And I think when you registered, you gave your email. So either way, I've said it. Thank you, Peter. Wednesday, what time? Same time, 12 to 4 p.m. I will share that link on all our social media accounts. Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, Telegram, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Make sure you are in one of them, and also on our website. Also, I've left my WhatsApp number. You can remind me that day to send you the direct link. These videos are available on YouTube channel, most of them, but for this one now, I will upload on one of the channels. And then share the link. It will not be available on our YouTube channel for many reasons, because our YouTube channel is mostly for technical trainings. But be sure you get the link. Any word on Dosika app? Michael, you remind me of something. Dosika, it's the AIB who started with them. We actually, if you look at my stocks and Dosika are the same app. It's only the branding. So we started with my stocks, we integrated. It was bought by NSC, they rebranded it to Dosika. Apparently, it's an offline system where you submit the orders, then they are pushed by the broker. I'm not about bad mouthing them, but there will be some delay. But either way, on Dosika, you need to select a broker you are trading with. But my question would be, DigiTrader is giving you direct access to the market, real-time market, access to your account real-time. There is no delayed data. Portfolio, you can see it changing. And by now, for those who have already updated the app, I don't know whether you have realized when you press the order and you go and execute, you should get a push notification. You see the way you get a notification like WhatsApp, Telegram, Gmail on your phone, there on top. You can let me know on my WhatsApp whether you're receiving that. You should. When the order executes, you should get that notification. Now, you don't have a reason to go to Dosika. But if you want to know about Dosika, you can let me know. I am one of the people who are involved in that development process. As I said, it started as my stocks. You already know where my stocks is. It's the same. Just go and look, compare the two apps, and you tell me. And you look who is the provider in my stocks, because he's the one who brought in Dosika, then other brokers were brought in. And sorry if I'm giving this information out. If I missed the previous session and they are interested to me, how can I get them? Masa, you can always get in touch if there is anything you need, including me taking you personally through all these products. We are here to help you at no charge. And our offices, they are open free anytime. How can I digitize my parent shares, please? If they're in certificate form, it's called immobilization. Huh? You just come to them in our office. First, open a DigiTrader account for your parent. If they don't have, then you come with the certificate. There are forms you fill in, and there is a fee to be paid to CDSC. Then they will be transformed from the paper format to digital format, where now you can either trade, or if you are in a succession process, you just transfer to the beneficiaries. How to go through the process of filling the W8BN form? In a minute, I'm coming to that. My Dosika app stopped working. What happened? Dosika is still working. Unless there is an issue with the connection, you can always get in touch with their team, or get in touch with me. I will get in touch with their team and let you know where the issue is. I know the person who did the development, so don't be worried. Just get in touch. But as I said, if you only have one broker on Dosika, just log into DigiTrader app, and you'll see the difference. I want to share the screen and show you where to get the forms. Let me confirm it's shared. So you go to our website, under trading, there is global markets. This is where we'll be posting the link. Under global markets, this is where we'll be posting link for international trading training. At the AIB DigiTrader, this is where we'll be posting the link for DigiTrader training. But we'll be communicating every time we do that. So at the global markets, when you scroll down, there is this account opening form for AIB. This is a straightforward form. You only need to fill these details, then provide KYCs here. That is a valid passport or ID or birth certificate if you're opening for your kid. For your kid, you open as a joint account. Yes, we have Jabu Junior accounts. Let me call them that. If you're opening for a kid, you make sure on this side, on the left side, it's your kid details. Then you put birth certificate number, then the parent. On the right side, make sure you attach birth certificate. So you operate the account together with the kid as a joint account. And remember to have a bank account that reads your kid's name, because you only pay to that account. So you can open a kid account. So for international stocks, valid passport, ID, 3 months bank statement, the ERA PIN certificate, and current passport photo. That's when you want to invest in international stocks. Even for DigiTrader accounts, you only fill in this form and provide these, because you didn't provide when opening account. What you can do when you're opening your DigiTrader account, you can be download these forms where there is optional KYC attachment, attach them. Then we come to the W8BN form. It is the simplest form to fill. Because what you are only doing, you're filling the part 1, identification of beneficial owner, you fill in your details. Remember where there is 6A, foreign tax identifying number, that's where you put your ERA PIN. If you're doing blogging and freelancing, it's the same process. So I hope I'm also helping you outside the AIB. So foreign tax is your ERA PIN, always include it. Then where there is part 2, you only put the country. Don't put anything, because Kenya doesn't have any treaty with the US. Then you scroll down, you sign. You click where there is a certify, then where there is sign here, you sign and print your name and the date, period. Scan that form, send to us. It's that simple. I hope, Kakai, I've answered your question. And I think with that, I would like to wrap it up. If there's any other question, Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? You have around 22 minutes. Ask any question, ask any question. And in the next tutorial on Friday, now I'll be going into details, more details on international stocks. I'll share everything on our social media, what we'll be covering. Also on these products, the ones that I've gone through, that even AIB is not offering, like Forex, CFDs, I'll also be covering how you can, and also NSE shares, CFD, Forex, and international stocks, how to interpret those graphs, because it is different. For NSE and international stocks is the same. You only need to look at the direction the graph is moving. If it is upward, you know the share is appreciating in price. If it is downward, you know the share is depreciating in price. Then you can extend it to a period of, let's say, 5 years. You see how that stock has been performing, and you can know its lowest moment and its highest. That can tell you whether there is a future possibility of it appreciating in price. Then for Forex, and I think even CFD goes the same as international and NSE. For Forex, it's different because you need timelines. You need the event to expand within the seconds to know whether you can make profit. And remember, we said there is going short and going long. You need to understand when to do that so that you don't lose your money. It's not there in NSE. NSE, you can't short the market. Short means, let me explain it in simple terms. You're selling what you don't have. That's what they call shorts. If you're going long on leverage, it means you're buying on credit. You're buying shares when you don't have any money in your account. In NSE, it's not there. In international markets right now, we are not doing that. We don't want to introduce the risks to the client. Remember, when you buy shares on credit, you pay interest. Those are fees which brokers may not tell you, but that is online Forex brokers. Shorting the market means you are selling shares you don't have, then you buy back. Again, it's not there in NSE. What you have is non-leveraged, where you must have funds to buy shares and you must have shares to sell. There is a question, is it a must to have a passport to open international stock? Not a passport as the passport you get from the government. It's passport size photo. Remember when opening account, let me go back to account opening form. Then we scroll down. You either need a valid passport or national ID or birth certificate. I think our team interchanged. It was supposed to be ID first, so that it doesn't confuse you as a Kenyan. Actually, yeah, ID number, passport number, birth certificate number. So you only either need your copy of ID, a copy of passport if you don't have ID, yeah? And it has to be a Kenyan passport. Kenyan passport. I've seen a question which I'm coming to. If you're investing for your kid in NSE, birth certificate, you can also invest international stocks for your kid, but remember there is a minimum amount you have put for a start, that is 100,000 Kenya shillings. Check that link for global markets. I'm a UK resident, can I open an account? For this one, you need to do manually. You fill in manual form instead. But for international stocks, unfortunately, for now, you may not be able to invest, because there are taxes and which we don't want to expose our company to a lot. Also, as a UK resident, you know you are subjected to tax in your country, which we in Kenyan territory, we may not be able to handle for it. But for NSE shares, just filling that form, attach your UK passport, send it to us, we'll be able to open an account for you. Then you can deposit money in our bank account. For NSE shares, it is different. So you deposit, once we cite the funds, we credit. DigiTrader in portal is available worldwide, irrespective of which residence you are in. You can log in and trade, withdraw from wherever you are. Remember, when opening accounts, the account you pay is where you pay to. There is a question on NSE, delivery intraday. I will tackle that next week in details, but for you, so that you appreciate today. Delivery is where you buy and you wait for shares to settle to sell. So if you buy today, Friday, you will wait for T plus 3 working days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Those shares will settle on Wednesday, 5 p.m. So you can only sell on Thursday. From Thursday onward, that is delivery. Intraday, however, it disregards the T plus 3 rule. You can buy today and sell today. You can buy right now. Once it executes, it's updated on your portfolio, you can sell. Now, on the sell side, it doesn't make difference. The intraday delivery. You can sell your shares today and buy back same day, either on delivery or intraday. So it's not tied on sell side. Sell side, you can sell and buy back the same shares. Because AIB will give you credit. Immediately you sell, you get a credit immediately. You can buy same shares back the same. But now the difference comes here. The charges. Delivery, you pay both sides, buy and sell. So you pay commissions on both sides. Intraday, however, there is something we call first reg, which is the side with the higher commission, and second reg, which has a lower commission. Again, first reg, that is, if the buy side has the higher commission, it's the one we call a first reg. If sell side has a lower commission, it is second reg. And the other way, if sell side is the higher commission, it's first reg. If buy side has a lower commission, it's second reg. So on the second reg, you don't pay a broker commission and NSE levies, but other levies you pay. So that is the difference between delivery and intraday. So again, difference is on buy side. Delivery, when you buy, you can sell. Intraday, you can buy and sell the same day. Charges, intraday, you don't pay one side, commissions, and NSE levy. Delivery, you pay both sides. But settlement remains on T plus 3, 5 p.m. That's when money moves and share moves automatically. That means you become the actual shareholder. Remember, between those 3 days, the shares have been moved to your account, but you can't sell them. They're in non-balance free mode. They are not balance free, you can't sell. They become balance free on the third working day when we pay out your money to the broker, to the CDSC, they pay the broker who sold to you, and the broker who sold to you releases the shares, so that now the CDSC will release the shares so that they are available for you to trade. It's a whole new topic which we'll cover on Wednesday. What are the colors of CDSC app? I'm unable to get. Is it for DigiTrader or CDSC? Is it CDSC? CDSC, let me check whether they have it on their website. There's another question on security trading and borrowing. This is where you read your shares to somebody. Now the way it works, it's called SLB, security trading and borrowing. You have shares. Let's say you have bought shares that are not giving you dividend, or if they are giving you dividend. Let me take an example. There is Peter and there is Faith. Faith have shares in NSE, let's say for Safaricom. Peter doesn't want to buy shares at NSE, but he needs shares to do something, maybe in derivatives, or maybe even taking loans. You can take loans with your shares, it's collateral. So Peter decides, I want shares today, and they need to be balance free. If I buy from the market, I will have to wait for settlement on T plus 3. And maybe I need my money today. So what can I do? I can get in through SLB, where now Faith will give me terms for lending me her shares. She will tell me, you pay me an interest of 10% for the duration you hold. You hold my shares for 3 years. And you need to give CDSC this collateral. Mostly right now they have set to around 100,000 in shillings. So as Peter will say, I need a loan more than this 100,000, maybe it's 1 million, and the shares they are worth that. So I'll go and deposit my collateral with CDSC 100,000. Come to AIB. feeding now the security trading borrowing together with Faith. Faith, they're feeding the form to read me shares, and me, I'll feed the form to borrow shares. That is done online, on the online platform the brokers have for CDSC. So if we meet conditions, the shares moves from Faith to Peter in CDSC. So Faith no longer have shares. But remember, Peter needs an account. So you have opened an account with a broker. That's why you need to go through the DigiTrader platform, open, get the account immediately. Now you come with Faith. Shares have moved from Faith to you. You are the new shareholder. The company Safaricom, the registrar, doesn't know Faith anymore. Shares moved from Faith to Peter. It's like Faith sold the shares, but she didn't. And Faith in CDSC is holding that collateral for Peter. In case Peter does not return the shares, CDSC will buy shares back for Faith and use that collateral to offset, and then follow Peter. It's not Faith who will be following Peter, it's CDSC to make sure he returns the other shares. So that will be done through the broker, because it's the broker who knows the Peter. So Peter have shares. What happens? Peter will do whatever he needs with the shares. If there is dividend, Peter will receive it. It's not Faith. If there is any other corporate actions like rights, bonus, they go to Peter. The worst thing Peter can do is to eat that dividend, sell the corporate actions, even rights. Because at maturity of the agreement, Peter will return the shares, the dividend he received, any corporate action like bonuses, splits, everything will go back to Faith. Faith was the original shareholder. Once he does that, and remember, dividend is sent in form of cash. So Peter have to pay that cash to the broker to pay Faith. Once that is done, CDSC will release the collateral. Remember, Peter did what he did with the shares, they helped him. And that's how security trading and borrowing works. I'm missing the term of the week. Did we exhaust the terms? In terms of where? Just tell me where. I'll let you know. Mother, you can let me know where the term of the week is missing. Is it on social media? Is it on Telegram? Is it on WhatsApp? Hopefully for Mother, I've answered your question on security trading and borrowing. On WhatsApp. Maybe they have not posted. Maybe they have not posted. But I will check with our research team. Or they may have posted on one group and forgot the other groups. I'll check. It should be there. Any other question? Let me check on Q&A. I can see there's something. I don't want to leave without answering your questions. We have some few more minutes. Let me see. Where was the last Q&A? Can you improve the portal so that we can have visibility for orders? Actually, we are working with NSA on that. The limitation is not on our side. Actually, we want everything on ourselves. It's NSA who have not provided that to the developer, but we have been following up on that. Once it is done, you have everything. And I know why you're asking that. Prices on odd rods are lower than prices on normal rods. But remember, for odd rods, you're not guaranteed supply or demand, bids and offers. That's why most of those orders you find they are stuck there. But for those who are still here, you can build your portfolio from odd rods. You'll be buying 1, 10, 20 shares. Over time, you'll convert that to 100 shares and they become normal lot. When you're selling, you'll be selling as a normal lot. Thank you, PM, for that. How much do I need to invest in international stocks? We are starting with 100,000, because of the way the shares are and also the conversion rates. But once we go to DigiTrader, there will be no minimum. Number of shares you can buy from 1 share. For international stocks, I said, currently we don't have fractional share, but you're starting with full shares. You can buy 1 share of Tesla. Ask those who have bought, they can tell you. 1 share of Tesla, 1 share of Google, 1 share. And it will make you money. Remember, you are gaining in USD currency, which moves a lot. How much do I need to invest? I think these are answered. If I want to join AIB-AXYS from another broker, what happens to my shares in another broker? They'll still be retained there. They don't change in value, they don't lose anything. You have two brokers now, AIB and the other broker. No effect, nothing, but remember now you have to manage two accounts. However, you can move those shares from that broker to AIB. You only need to go to that broker, fill in transfer form, come into AIB and continue the journey as if nothing happened. As long as number of shares are not changing, nothing happens to your share unless price movement. So if a stockbroker B, if I have a stockbroker B and I want to have AIB as a stockbroker, is it possible? No need to switch. Just open using the same account number, ID number, open account with us. You have two brokers. If you want to move now from broker B, now you need to go to that broker, fill in an account opening form, you transfer shares to us. Now you can manage them from one app. When buying shares, how can one know if shares, I think these I explained. This you need, it's have full detailed. You need to do a lot of research. There are pointers our research team usually check. I would suggest you check our research reports and also join our Telegram and WhatsApp channel. We also proposed to them, they do a webinar, which we'll be doing weekly. We will communicate the dates. There now we will answer this question. And not just these, also how the pointers you check to know the account is profitable or not. You know, not all shares offer dividends. I think most of these I had answered. Let's go back to chat. I opened account with the AIB. It was closed due to dormancy. Actually, your account is not closed. It is dormant. There's a difference between closing account and dormant. As long as your account is not closed in CDSC, your account is still active. That's the account you need to worry. Never be worried with a broker internal account. Even if they close, they open another one immediately or reactivate the same account and update. So don't be worried. How do I get activated? Drop an email to feedback@AIB-AXYS. Sorry, it is in capital AXYS. I'm putting the email you need to send to. That email you find our customer service manager. So even if they delay, somebody is pushing for you. I'm also in that email address. Then there is a number here. After this, you can call directly any of those numbers I'm putting there. You get assisted. There is a form. Alternatively, what you can do, just fill in the account opening form that I've shared. Attach the requirements, share that form, it will be activated. Instead of sending email, then they tell you need to fill in. Just fill in that form for AIB account opening form. If you have interest in international market, also fill in the W8BN form. It will be activated once you receive the form. That is the simplest way. What are the supporting documents required when opening international account when you already have an account with the AIB? If your account is full KYC in AIB, you only need that W8BN form. However, if you have never provided any documentation, I hope I'm sharing the same screen. If you scroll down, the only thing you need is your ID or a Kenyan passport, 3-month bank statement, a KRA PIN certificate, and a passport size photo. Nothing else. So you just need to confirm whether your account is free KYC compliant, and you can send email to any of to that email, or you said you call any of these numbers. I bought shares on 11th this week and the order is pending. Most likely it's because of pricing. Just check the price that you put, whether you are matching the price on the demand side. If you are selling, if you are buying, whether you are matching the price, the top price on the ask side. If you are not matching, it will be queued. I'll go into details of how queuing happens at NSE. However, you may have put odd lots. Remember, as I said, odd lots, in most cases, you may find there is no price. So you can call any of these numbers, they will help you with that. Please reset the form. Let me attach the link here. It's there on the website. You have the details of everything you need. Even where to set orders. If someone reaches portfolio, if someone's portfolio reaches 3 million, and one just did online registration, what will be action one is supposed to take? Just fill in the form and send us to update the account. But don't be worried about the account. Here you can continue trading. The only difference here is when you want to be paid. Remember, for eKYC, you're only paid via M-Pesa. So if you have reached 3 million, just fill in that form, attach everything, tell us to activate your account. That's it. But the system does not prevent you from continuing with your trading activity. You will still continue trading. Any other question? I don't want us to go. And if one fills the form for portfolio, there is account. No. If you opened using DigiTrader, nothing changes. It's 200. The point here is the time you opened the account, which platform did you use? Not when you updated. If when you're opening account, you used manual, it's 1,000. If you use digital, it's 200. I hope it is clear, Roger. Update doesn't change your account status from digital to manual account. Can M-Pesa statement be used in place of bank statement? That I'm not quite sure, but if it is stamped, yes. If it is stamped, there's a way you can request M-Pesa from your either USD or the app, and they stamp it. I don't know that option. I would have checked for you, but there's that option. Is it certified M-Pesa statements? If you find that option, just request. You can set that. But if you want to use bank to be paid your sales, it's always good to provide the bank statement because it has your account number. In case you misspell it when adding to DigiTrader, we can always correct. But M-Pesa, if certified, yes. Thank you, Roger. Just do that and share. Can you open a corporate account using DigiTrader? No, because we are not able to verify the company registration number with government database. Remember, for individuals, we are verifying with IPRS. Ours is fully digitized with IPRS. Any other question? Any other question? Or we call it a day? We meet next Friday. Next Friday, now it will be now analyzing graphs, analyzing stocks, how you analyze graphs for NSE, for Forex, for CFDs, and then for international stocks. The reason why I'm doing this, doing for all products, so that you don't go and see a Forex graph, you think it's the same way you interpret NSE and international stocks and CFD. No, it is different. Every product have its own way of interpreting those graphs. Otherwise, you may be pushing yourself to lose money. If you interpret Forex the same way you interpret NSE and international stocks, physical stocks, be sure you might lose. Because Forex requires you even expand the timelines to the last few seconds, how that graph performed. And within that fraction of that second, you can lose your money. Same thing with the CFD, you can lose your money in a fraction. But it's all about how you interpret those graphs. And I see an international physical stocks. You don't need to expand to the last 5 seconds unless you are trading real time. Huh? If you are a long-term investor, you don't need to be worried about those graphs. You only need to minimize that graph so that you can see for the last 5 years how have this counter been performing. It will tell you how it will perform in the future. Then you also check what other products are they trying to bring in, innovations, diversifications, mergers with other companies to expand their offering. Those will have pointers on their future performance. And again, as our traders tell you, always remember to reinvest your dividend. It's called compounding, where you receive that dividend. If, instead of you going back to your pocket to put in money, return that dividend. Remember, you invested a stock that earned your dividend. You return the dividend that will run you another dividend. Then that dividend, you return it again, add it to that dividend and the stock you bought to earn you another dividend. I'm training to refer my friends using my referral code. It's yet to be operational. As long as your account is active, don't share referral code. Share referral link. Why? Remember, it is at discretion of the person who is opening to put your referral code. And once they miss it, is missed. But referral link, immediately they click, they can't change it. Share referral link. When they click it, that's it. They can't change it. It will be tagged to you now for the referral period. We always advise, if you are doing blogging, YouTube, TikTok, and other social media, share the link, not the code. If you're on WhatsApp, share the link. The code, unless it's somebody you're opening with and you can see they have actually clicked. Remember, if I'm struggling to fill in my details, I'll be tired at the end and I will realize, I don't need to do it, it's optional, I'll move. So share that code, that link, sorry. So go to the app, go to the portal, click on copy link, share the link itself. Do you have Forex trading? Not at the moment. Do you conduct trainings on the same? We don't do trainings, but now that we have introduced international stocks, we'll be doing concurrently, just to make sure if you have Forex trading knowledge, you can also use that in international stocks, but not detailed, because we are not offering that. But be on the lookout. Every training we do, we'll be covering something on all the products I've covered today. Be sure I'll be covering a bit of it so that you understand. I was suggesting that every Friday to send a reminder to the group and links to access the meeting. Julius, actually, I only forgot. We usually post it earlier in the week, say on Monday or Tuesday. Then we send a reminder on Friday morning. Like today we sent it, but it was a bit late. But sorry and apologies. We'll be sharing that. Why do I get rejection for the order like umeme? It all depends on the price you put. One, if you're buying, do you have enough cash? So if you get collateral shortfall, there's a notification that comes on top. Different from the notification I talked about, that is push notification. There is another notification when you're logged in, when you're submitting on the icon. If you click on it, if it is collateral shortfall, it means the number of shares you're trying to buy times the price is not enough. You don't have enough funds to cover that. You only need to get the total valuation of your order. You confirm with the funds. You just click on the screen for funds. You go to the available trading space. It should be, the available space should be more than, it should be more than your order, because you have to factor the cost. If you're trying to sell and you get stocks not available, it means you're trying to sell the shares you don't have. You only need to go to portfolio valuation and confirm. However, if you have enough funds or you have enough shares, check other orders, whether you have another pending order which is blocking you. Those are the only reasons. So again, rejection, either you don't have enough funds or you don't have enough shares, or there's an order that is blocking funds or stocks. Or last Friday, if you're talking about last Friday, I think it was a holiday. We didn't do that. We didn't trade. We didn't do the one for Friday. Last week but one. So this is the second one. And you don't need to worry about that one, because it was purely just announcing what we are doing, what I've covered today. And I didn't cover, those who were there, I didn't cover what I covered today. Today it was a bit detailed. It went into products that maybe I'm not even allowed to tackle, but for your interest and to make sure you have good investments, not just in shares, I had to go through it, everything. And next week I'll be going into details, and you can be on standby. I will also be getting few friends who are who offer some of these products to come in and give more details. Is there a way one can buy shares directly from a company without going through a broker? No, because company shares are listed at NSE. So I think maybe if I was to rephrase your question is, can you as an investor buy directly at NSE? Because that's where trading happens. No, because the platform for NSE is provided to the broker. They extend it to the client. And as I said, there's somebody who had asked a question about DMA, direct access to NSE for clients. And I said, those are politics. Ignore them. Please, Kaidre, see which other words to use. Ignore them. They will distract you for nothing, for things that cannot be changed without changing the law. Just to go through CMA Act. Just to be totally overhauled, you do a new act. Because that act dictates who should do trading, who should do settlement. Also remember, there are also custodians and fund managers. Do you also give them access to market directly? These people don't have that time to go struggle getting trades. Them, their work is give broker, let me look for other client. So it would change everything in the market, and that requires every player. And again, as I said, ignore that noise. We don't disclose insider information, but it's not about NSE. It's about other interested parties who I don't think they can manage to do that. Even if there is a lot of money poured, there's a lot to change in the industry for that to happen. To do away with the broker, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. It means NSE opening all those brokerage offices in their own office and have all those staff members. We are not saying it's not possible, only that party that is pushing for that, then they need to do something called, is it global broker, or what would it call it? The major broker, the big broker. They be the big, but then they will need to provide what AIB is providing, research, training, everything. All this, I don't think even NSE can overlook it. So don't be worried about that noise. There is no direct access to markets without a broker. And as I said, our platform are trading directly at NSE. Don't place order, it comes to us, we submit. No. 9 to 3, you are trading directly. So I don't think there is any other access you need. Maybe the reason why you're seeing this, maybe it's because of what is happening outside there, where most people are arguing about brokerage fee. Even if it goes to NSE, you still pay a fee. So don't be worried about what is happening out there. Access to NSE requires a broker. It's the same thing, access to international stocks, you need a broker. And mostly it's because of settlement. If I execute trade and remain the balance 200 bob, and I'm yet to deposit more cash, is the amount considered as part of idle assets? Again, we go to terms and conditions. There is nothing we are calling idle asset, idle cash, as long as your account is not dormant. And again, we are not touching your, let me clarify now today, we are not touching your cash. in your account. It's not cash in your account. You won't see in the statement we have debited it. So you don't need to be worried. It's only that the people who posted that article, they called it idle cash. There's nothing called idle cash in AIB. It's grant cash, hard-earned cash that is keeping AIB in operation. Remember, it is you who is keeping us in operation. That cash, the only thing that it doesn't do, it doesn't earn you any interest. So AIB saw it necessary. Let's put it somewhere. Whatever you earn little will give you. But then it will be very little unless you are keeping 1 million to earn some good money. Don't be worried about the 200. If I was you, this 200, I would buy one. Yes, even if it is let's say the most expensive share, one share, and I get a dividend for that. When they declare 50 bob dividend, I'll get. And whenever if I have a 200, I go buy another one share of that company and build that portfolio strong. Never leave a small. If it can buy even one, don't want to use Momias already. If it can buy you one CIC, one APLC share, just go and buy. Next time, buy one share. As I said, this one share, if you add up to 100, you have already met 100 shares which you can come and sell. Not in odd rows. When you're selling, you sell in normal rows. And as we said, build a generational wealth where you pass these shares to your beneficiaries. Shares never get lost. You only need to tell your children, I have shares with this broker at a CDSE. When they are doing succession, that's a succession process, they only need to go with the CDSE statement and broker statement to the court. Then they agree. Maybe you get 10 shares, you get 100, you get, they will come and open account. It will be split in a fraction of a second. They get their shares. And they continue accumulating now dividends individually. So Frederick never let any credit in a broker account. Utilize everything. Huh? How long does it take for us to be successful after buying? Again, pricing. If you're buying and you put the price on, I always advise, never go straight to order entry screen. Click on the counter. I'll be doing that next week on Wednesday. Click on the counter, go to market depth. In the market depth, or do you want me to show you right now? Let me just show you. I think we have a few more minutes. Let me first log in. I will show you on the online portal. Then next week we go through our platform. Let me stop sharing this. I share my screen. Window, where is this? Where is this? Not that. This one. Confirm you can see that screen. It's showing the market. Daniel, confirm you can see the market. Now let me explain how you need to do it. For the person who had asked, the client who had asked about the referral code, don't share this code. Copy link, ask the client to use that link. When they are opening, see the referral code here. It's already defaulted. I can't change, even if I click a million times. I can't edit this. That's what I meant. So let me skip this. Let's say I want to buy CIC. There is this screen you can see here, whether you can move it around. These are moving here. It's called market depth. It has the bid side in this color, and there is this on the reddish offer side. So you have bid and offer. If you are buying, if you quote a price of 2.87, there is already an offer available for these shares. If you are buying 100, this quantity is way above 100. You will execute the order immediately. So if you are buying at 287, so if you match the price on the offer side, the top one, you get a commission. However, if you are buying at 283, 280, 275, there are people who are still waiting for the price to come down. You will still be queued. Queuing means you added behind them. And as you can see here, we have split of 4. We have 4 people who have already placed the order. On this side, we have 3 people who have placed this order. So you have to wait for all those orders to be filled for your order to be executed and price to come down. So if you need immediate execution, when you're placing your order, when you click the buy screen, you have 2 options. After you have placed all these details, you have an option to put market. That order will go and execute immediate. So if you are looking to execute immediately, select order type as market. However, if you select limit, you are required to quote this price. This price is what I'm saying. Write the price that is on this side, 189, it will go straight. Immediately I click buy, because there is a seller who is already there. It's like when you go to, let me give a crazy example. When you go to, you meet a hawker in the street selling a trouser. He's telling you, I'm selling 200. And you have your 100. For you to buy this trouser, you must either match his price or he goes to your price. That's what I mean by matching this price. So you as a buyer, you have to match the price of a seller. Or the seller have to come down and match the prices for the buyers, which may not happen in most cases. But remember, as we are submitting the market order for us buy, somebody is setting a sell order as a market. This will come and match with the top price on buy side. So that's why you find people are also placing orders in different prices, because there are people who are selling at market and they come and match. So if you want immediate execution, market. Or market limit. What this means, let's go back to our screen here. I'm buying cable, 1 million shares. Currently, it is 3,500. It has added it is 2,600. If I put market to limit and quantity here, I put 1 million, the only available quantity for market is 2,600. The balance, as it says, it will be converted from market to limit with current executed price of 89. I don't want to go into details, but I will explain this later. So market to limit means get me what is there. If you are not able to fill my order, convert that order from market at that price you have executed to be a limit. Then we queue it on the bid side. It's that simple. Let me stop sharing because this is real time, my account. And please don't use that CDSC number to fund. It's my CDSC account. So I hope I've answered that question and tackled maybe many other questions which I maybe explained verbally. How does it? Okay, that I've answered, Daniel. Hopefully I've sorted your question. I don't want you to leave here with a question. Huh? Is it possible for you guys to share the platform for company dividend disbursement timely? Dividend disbursement, it's not as good as it is the registrar. But on our social media and on our website and other platforms, we usually post reports that tell you the payment date. We usually post those on the time they are announced. So you can follow up. Then on the payment date, remember you need to have shares on the book closure, including that day. This is different in the international market. That's why I said I'll be covering everything. For NSE, you need to have those shares on that day of book closure at 4 p.m. when market closes and books are balanced. For international market, it is different. We'll come to that. Hopefully it won't confuse you, but during that day, I will also explain the same. The payment day, it means it is the day the registrar is releasing money. If you have not received, give it a few days. For M-Pesa, at least a week. For bank, the same. Because bank, they said EFT. And remember, they're not sending to one person. They said it in batches. And they need to schedule it on the M-Pesa platform. The platform that sends M-Pesa, if it's through third party or through M-Pesa platform. If it is bank, they need to send those instructions to the bank. It's not just one person who is being paid. So they said in batches. give it a week. If you have not received, contact registrars directly. Why? If you contact the broker will tell you contact the registrar, because the registrar doesn't mean the broker knows the client. If the registrar tells you made details in broker, now that's time come to broker, amend, then go to the registrar, get paid. Then how do you minimize that process? Send one email to registrar, copy the broker, sort you out. If registrar says update, you're not contacting the broker. The broker knows you're supposed to update. It's that simple. Any other final question? Thank you so much for finding time to come today to learn all this. And I'll be training you every Wednesday and Friday on all our products, practically and also theoretically, so that you understand the theory part of it, apply it practically, and help you understand the different areas of investments, how you can take advantage of these investment options to grow your retirement packages. That's one. Also, how you can grow your wealth for your generation, and how you make sure that that wealth goes to the right people, that is to your beneficiary. Most of us, we leave our kids with succession issues, and most of them, they even don't know you had shares. They are struggling there when Peter here have 10 million shares worth at MSC. Well, if I sorted them when I was alive, then it would be a very simple process for them to take over the shares. And where possible, if you realize at your old age, these shares, maybe you don't need them anymore, you need to pass them to your beneficiary. At that point, or let them open an account, pass them as gifts. You will not need to go to court. You have sorted your generation. And educate them now to educate their generation, how to pass that and also create more wealth. And how to use now this wealth you are creating, the returns you are getting directly, to reinvest them. As AIB, we are ready to give you that. And thank you so much. My name is Peter Chege. I'm head of product development and innovations. All the innovations you have seen, DigiTrader, online, these stock markets, international stock markets, we have done with our team. Thank you so much, and let's meet next time.